Hey guys, welcome to my journal vlog. I have to admit, I was not really sure what to do in this journal vlog, but that's because I just have so much to do and I am so excited about everything. And I spent a lot of time thinking about what I want to do first, and I was quite overwhelmed. But then I have realized I have a journal exactly for this purpose, to write everything down and see what needs to happen. So I decided to write down every single video idea I have for upcoming weeks, and we are going to choose few to do in this video. So let me show you. By the way, this is my video planning spread for 2026. I have here every single Sunday marked. That's when my videos come out. So I can plan everything in here because I need to see visually what is going on. And I am using these sticky tabs to plan everything because sometimes I need to move stuff around, and when the video is published and everything is okay, I just write it in here in pen. So now you are watching this journal vlog, and all the options I had for today were making January and then February cover page for my reading journal, then January book reviews, since it is already February when you are watching this. I have a couple stationery hauls coming up. The Journal Say and also the Washi tape shop did very kindly offer to send me some of their stuff, so this is what's coming and that's very exciting. Then we have 2025 reading journal flip through. Yes, it is happening, but I have no idea when. It might be postponed to March. I hoped to do it in February, but I don't think that's possible with my schedule. So I guess get excited for March. I don't know. I just know that many of you are very excited about the reading journal flip through. So I will do my best to make that happen. Next, I have the Reading Around the World Challenge 2025 results. I want to go through all my reads of 2025 and figure out how many countries I did read for. A couple of weeks ago, I made my Reading Around the World Challenge journal setup, and I am so excited. You guys are loving that. So I want to do a bit of update on it and see how I did in 2025, even when I was not really intentional about choosing my reads. So that's coming. Then we have Health Journal 2026 update. I just need to add new tables for 2026, and I am not sure how interesting that might be for you. I know some of you asked me to do some more updates on my health journal, so I don't know. I am not sure yet if that will happen, but I have just realized I have the most amazing washi tape to use for the health journal. Let me show you. Okay, I forgot about this one, and I think it will happen. I think the health journal update will happen because you have to see this. You have to see this. Okay, this, yeah, but this is so on point for my health journal and workout journal, but also this is the most adorable thing ever. So yeah, I guess we will see health journal update, because this washi tape, this is from the washi tape shop, by the way. This washi tape is just perfect. Next we have what? Stationery organization. Yeah, I did some organization a few months ago, but I have figured something maybe better and I want to try that. I have a couple of these small kind of photo shelves that I have never used, and I bought them like 5 years ago, and I thought they might be perfect for storing my washi tapes on a wall right in front of me as I am filming the videos. So that might get easier for me to choose what I'm working with and maybe make the cleanup easier and quicker. I have no idea, but that's something I'd like to try. Then we have Reading Challenges journal cover page. So as I said, I did the Read Around the World Challenge journal setup, and that journal will be there for all of my reading challenges for many years, and I purposely left the first page blank so then I can make the kind of overall cover page for that. So that's what I want to do, and then I want to set up all of my 2026 reading challenges plus reading challenges that will happen for years after. So like the Terry Pratchett reading challenge, or I might do just the Discworld reading challenge. There is like 41 books, so it's a lot, and that one will take me years to finish. But also for 2026, I would like to participate in Jellyfish reading challenge, Goober reading challenge, and Buzzword reading challenge. So these are all challenges I have not set up yet, and it is February already, and it is just, I am dying to make these pages, but I simply did not have time. So I am thinking maybe next week we might do that, but we will see, because the journal sale haul is kind of time sensitive, so I have no idea what's coming, but I think the reading challenges will be next on my channel. And the last thing is the 2025 book metrics. That's where I will figure out the exact ranking of my top 10 reads of 2025. And from this list, what I think we will do today is figure out my top 10 reads. I am so excited about that. So we will do this. Then the Washi tape shop stationery just arrived, so I am going to show you all of these tapes today as well. And the first thing I will do today is to do a cover page for my January reading journal. I am doing a very small change to my monthly book review videos, and I will tell you all about that in just a minute. And this is what we are working with today, and all of this is like kind of a sneak peek for what will happen following weeks on my channel. I hope you are excited, because I am so extremely excited and overwhelmed, of course, because this is a lot. But enough of me talking about this stuff. Let's open my 2026 reading journal and let's work on that one first. Here it is. I just love this cover so much. This is the last spread I have made in this journal, and you guys helped me out so much. These are all the book recommendations I got from you. These are from December last year, I think, and all of these are for my Read Around the World challenge. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. And because this is being filled in quite quickly, I thought I might do another page for the book recommendations. This was not on my list of what I need to do. This will be just a very quick update, so I will do that. I don't think there will be that many recommendations every single month, but I want to be sure to have enough space for everything. Also, I have read one of those already. Yeah, I am so proud of that. So I want to make sure I have enough space for all the recommendations, and also I might use that space to write down books I see reviews for and I think I would like to read them, because I don't really have a space to do that in any of my journals. So I thought I could use this space for that as well. I know many people use Goodreads for that, but I always forget I have a want to read section on Goodreads, so I am not checking with that one. Okay, you might be panicking seeing what I'm doing, but this is just me. Okay, let's be very careful. I am just doing the Dutch door, so I won't have to do any more decoration for this page. And I will simply glue this down. And I will do second line highlights on these pages, and that will be done. I just love Dutch doors exactly for this purpose. This just saved me like half an hour looking for stationery, doing the decorations and all of that. And don't get me wrong, I love decorating my journals. I love that. But when you have a lot to do, it can be quite overwhelming. Let's try this glue. This got me so frustrated last week, and I did not really got to repairing this one, but I think it should work now since I removed the clogged section, so hopefully it will work, because this glue holds the best, I feel like, because when I was going through my last year's journals, I found out that some titles have fallen off the page, and that's because I used this glue. This should be good, but as I said, I think quite a few times already, I feel like the glue situation is getting worse. This nothing holds properly. Okay, so one page done, and the second one, or well, one section is done here, and I like to put some glue on the end in there. Perfect. Let's do the second line highlights now, and I guess I will start from the bottom because I'm not sure where in here to start. So let's start here. This one went so crooked, but that's fine. So the first column is done. Now let's work on the rest. Okay, this is done. My lines were progressively worse, but that's fine. That's totally fine. And now I want to add this space for me to mark when I finish the book. Okay, and I also have this line for me to write down by whom I got the recommendation. And first I used 5 squares for this, but I feel like I want to make it 6 because some of you have really long names on YouTube, and I had a bit of trouble to fit everything in. So let me do 6 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and now for the header. I don't think this is the exact marker I used, but I don't really mind this being slightly different. Now I need to write down book by whom. Okay, and that is the update done. I admit this is kind of strange, but it means I can see this sticker, so I am okay with that. Now let's start on the January 2026 cover page for my reading journal. I am going to try something I have never done before, and that's using these frames. I want to put few frames on the page and add designs in there. I have no idea how that will look, but on the Washi Tape Shop website they use quite a lot of frames and stuff like that, and I really like how it looks. It is not my go-to style of decoration, but I really wanted to try that, and in 2026 I decided that yes, I will try and use stationery I rarely use, and maybe I will try some different themes or styles of decoration. I will do my best to kind of broaden my portfolio or I don't know how to describe that, but I will try lots of stuff in 2026, I hope. These are all the designs, and this being January, maybe we could go with these blue ones, maybe some of these brown. Okay, first let's see what other decoration I want to use in here, so then we can see what works best. I have some of these. I want to go with winter theme since this is January, but also I want to create some cozy feeling in here and maybe some kind of like treating yourself moment, because you know, January is start of new year. We all need to be good to ourselves, and yeah, that's what I am going with. So these are some winter designs I found. Let's see if there are more. I think these are all kind of summery and spring. Oh, this is another winter one. And yeah, I guess that might be it. This, I am not sure if this is winter or what, but we can have that in here. I also have some of these sticker sheets by Mellow Days. I love using their journals as my yearly planners, and they also have these sticker sheets, so I bought a lot of them, and I have chosen Quiet Moments and Lost in Thought for January because there are some blue designs and some sweaters and books and stuff like that, so this might get used. And also I would like to use some of these stickers as well, maybe this one or even this one, and I have more in here, so maybe this girl. These are the newest washi tapes, and I will show you all of them after I make this page. So I'm kind of jumping the timeline in here, but it is what it is. So I want to use some of these designs, and the gray and blue ones are speaking the most to me right now. So maybe we should choose something blue just so it matches with these pictures. I have no idea what I am doing, guys. I usually spend some time at least brainstorming what I'm going to do, but not this time, guys. I was just so excited to work on this page that I just went right into it. Okay, so maybe this might be a way to go. So let me position this on the page. You might be wondering, why am I doing my cover page now instead of reading wrap-up video? And this is something I was thinking about a lot recently, and I decided to try it for a couple of months, seeing how it will work. And by it I mean that I want to prepare the cover pages a little bit in advance, because up until now I was doing my reading reviews after each month, so which is totally as it should be, right? I can't talk to you about all books I was reading a certain month when that month is not over yet, but that meant I usually, okay, let's take January and February as example. I will talk about all my January reads in February. Usually it's in the middle of the month or maybe even later. And in the middle of February, I am already thinking about March, about all the March themes, what is happening in March, all of that stuff. And now suddenly I have to go kind of back in time and think about January and about January cover page, because I like to theme my pages based on weather or what's going on or stuff like that. So I have to go from March mindset and work on February again. And this is like a whiplash to my brain, and I have realized I am not as excited about my cover pages as I could be, because my mind is already 2 months ahead. And I was thinking a lot about how to make this better for myself, but also I want to make a new cover page in every of my reading journal wrap-up videos. So I figured in February I could do the January reading wrap-up as I usually do, but also instead of setting up the cover page for January, I could set up a cover page for February. So I will do reading reviews and then the cover page for the next reading month. I will work on the February cover page in February, which makes it so much more exciting. I do hope that all makes sense. That means I had now the January reading cover page just in the space floating around, and I was not sure what to do with that. And I did not think I would be able in the first video to make the January cover page, talk about all the books I have read in January, and then make February cover page. That would be just way too much, guys. So I decided to make this cover page ahead, and then I will do the new style of video. I hope I just did not lost you on all of that. But I think that will be better for me. So yeah, I am trying that and I hope it will be a successful experiment. I have no idea, but we'll see what will happen. Okay guys, so I have decided that I won't do any of these sceneries on this side, and I did some kind of cozy corner. And I might use this in here because this is a space where I will put down book covers of all books I was reading during January, so a lot of it will get covered up. So yeah, that's my thinking. As I said, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I am having amazing time and I adore these stickers. They are so cute. I feel like I need to add in here more of these frames, so let's do that. Also, I have realized there are not that many of these darker frames, especially not in these smaller sizes. Because I used these square ones with pointy edges, I'm not going to use these ones or these rounded ones. So I will try and look for frames that are strictly square. And these are so fiddly to work with. Maybe we could use the rest of this somewhere else on the page. Maybe even here. This does not need to be filled, but I think like additional line in here might look good. Also, I just noticed this is so crooked, so let's do it again. At least there are dots on the page I can use as a guide. I have one big square, so let's put that on this side for the scenery. Okay, that's nice. Oh, okay, this is not what I had in mind, but sometimes they use so strong a tape to hold it closed, so it is kind of tricky to use this section of the tape, but I really need this frame, so I will try and salvage that somehow. Okay, I think I can work with that. I will try and use this one first. And yes, I could maybe draw all of these frames myself with a pen and a ruler, but I don't want to. So instead, I am going to be fiddling with these things. And that's fine. Okay, this is almost perfect. Let's say it is supposed to be like this. Maybe one more here and one here. Maybe I'd like something more in here as well. And maybe not everything needs to be in a square. I kind of like how I did this girl, that she is sticking out, but also I'd like to maybe cut the frame from behind her so it is not visible. Okay, I like that so much better. I am so drawn to this picture, so we'll do this one. And maybe in here, I don't think it works well with this frame. So with this one, or maybe let's see if I can use this bigger one. I am not sure, maybe there. Yeah, and then I can have this in here. Yeah, that's perfect. I love that. So let's place this in the frame. And I want to have this cottage be seen, so I'm going to sacrifice a part of this forest, and depending on what I will put in here, I will either cut this part off as the continuation of this frame is there, or I will leave it there. I don't know yet, so let's see what I will add in here. I feel like another girl would be perfect. She would work so well with this. Maybe I will leave this section in here, but I will cut around the girl so she is better visible, because Washi tapes are slightly more transparent, so let's see how this will turn out. I can still maybe use this somewhere here, I don't know. I'll just put it there for now. And now let's go around this girl. I really like how her feet are reaching into this picture. Maybe let's see now this one. Or maybe I also have this washi tape. So, oh, I don't think another cottage would be something I'd like to see. Okay, I kind of like the color of this more. It will allow me to use more color down here just to make it less blue, I guess. So yeah, I think I will go with this, but I will keep this one in mind. I need to do more cutting out. They always make it look so much easier in the videos, but it is very fiddly work. Do I want this tower to be visible? Yeah, I guess. So let's see, like that. And because this is narrower than this frame, I will go and leave a white border even on these sides. I think that will look good, so let's do that. And now let's cut out this section. I like that. I want to add more frames. I can maybe do half of this frame here at the bottom and the second half maybe up there. Now let's cut off this and maybe here. I have not put the January title in yet, so let's see. Maybe this. I also have this long one prepared, but I don't think... Oh, it actually fits. So, I don't know. This is more visible, but this is more cute. I have no idea. So, I will keep these two in here. And maybe let's see... This is the There's Only Hands sticker book from Izobova, and I just love all of these stickers that she made. And as I said, I want to make this kind of like reading, treat yourself and stuff like that page. So I feel like this is perfect sticker to put in here, but I am not sure where to put this. Maybe here, maybe somewhere in here. I don't know. I don't mind having stuff in here. I was just going to say I don't mind having stuff outside of these frames, so maybe this is the good placement. Let's see. I am not sticking it fully on the page yet. Also, there are some book hands as well. So we have these. I love these so much, and also these and these. Maybe they would fit so well with the blue theme I have in here. I love these stickers so much. Maybe this would go well in this space. Let's see. Or here. Oh, I don't know. I like both of these. This is so hard, guys. Even in here. Okay, let's try and put it there. This girl could be reaching out of the frame as well. Let's see. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe not, so let's just not use her there. There is just so much sticking out. I also want to use this. It says, "Me time is never wasted time," which I love. In here somewhere. Maybe this girl. Yeah, I might put her like this and then add something in there. A bow. Oh, that might be... Yeah, there. That was quick. That's so small. There is a bigger one. Okay. Does this look weird? I guess it does. I just wanted to use the remaining of this girl somewhere, but I don't think that will look good. Yeah, what do we think? Maybe if I won't find something better, I think that will stay there. I need to find one more thing to put in here. Maybe let's try this girl. Yeah, I will keep her there and I will cut off the frame from behind her. I kind of like where this is going, which I would not have said like 20 minutes ago. Let's figure out the title. Maybe it could go over this girl. I can also fit it in here. Let's try this one. If I took this section out, this might be a way to go. I don't know, guys. I feel like this is not really visible, even though I love the font. So maybe let's do this. I also have a bigger one. Yeah, this is a way to go. I will get this off the page and let's put the January title in there. There is also books read title. Maybe it will go somewhere here. First I want to cut off all the hanging bits. It will look so much better with just this done. I also have these sticker sheets. I really like this diary and this dish. So maybe we could use some of these in here. Maybe this one. This is adorable. And maybe this jar would look nice in here as well, since it is blue. So let's try that. Also this sticker sheet, it is slightly miscut, so it is a bit awkward to take these stickers off, but that's fine. So I think they used too much pressure because I am peeling off too many layers, but that's fine. This seems like perfect space for that. Okay, maybe this envelope. Yeah, let's put it in here because this was feeling kind of awkward and empty. And that might be it. Oh, there is a bow. I feel like I want to use a bow. So let's do that. It's not everything yet. Oh, I like it here. Even here it's cute. Let's do here, and I feel like some kind of flower would be nice. I don't know if I should go blue or maybe a white. Also this. I guess there is too much blue already, so let's do white rose in here. That might be it. Yeah, I will call this done for the decoration. Now I need to do the calendar, and I'm going to use just a simple black pen. Let's try this one. This is 0.8 thickness, so let's see how that will work. Yeah, and I should probably start thinking about what type of date stickers I will use in here. I guess blue or maybe we could use some red or something like that. Calendar is done, and let's see all the numbers I have. Maybe if I found something as blue as this is, so this would not feel so out there, because I admit I did not do the best job with this title or the color of the title, but it is what it is. I'm not going to redo that. So we are looking for blue. Okay, this is a very dark blue, or maybe this one. We have either this dark color or this one. I think this one looks better, so let's go with the darkest blue stickers I have. And while I'm doing this, let me tell you what's new, I guess. So I am trying to make my videos slightly shorter. Recently, well, I don't think this video will be short, but I am doing my best. I had to get a new computer, And with that, I also lost access to my old editing software, so I just can't get hold of it anymore. And so I am trying to learn DaVinci Resolve, and that is such a beast of a program. And I hate that when before I needed to do one click with my mouse, now I need to do 4 just to do the same thing. So it is frustrating and a big learning curve, but I hope this video is okay. The first video I edited with DaVinci Resolve is the one from last week, so the February Plan With Me video. And it is a bit rough, I admit it is, but I did my best, guys. So I hope you will bear with me and that my skills in DaVinci will get better, because for now it is frustrating. But even while making one video so far, I feel like I am getting better. So I hope by the time I finish this video it will be so much more easier on me. Okay, this is done, and yes, I love the color I chose for this. Next thing is to add book covers for books I was reading in January, and I have some in here. So this is like a sneak peek of my reading wrap-up. I have not finished all of this in January, but on this spread I like to include everything I was reading that month, so I can add it into the calendar. And I am sure I forgot to print at least one book, so there will be a bit more. I want to add them in here. So this is why I said I don't want to make anything special for this side, because it will get covered quite a lot. Maybe I could do something like this, so the next book cover will be there. Okay, that's fine. And there is then a space to use this, so maybe in here I guess I will have to cover this. I will talk about all of these books in my January reading wrap-up in maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Guys, I have no idea. As you have seen at the beginning of the video, when I showed you the list of everything I want to do, I have no idea if my reading wrap-ups won't need to be kind of moved to a bit later date. I just want to do so much stuff and there is not enough time. But the January wrap-up will definitely happen, because I have read a book that was almost better than everything else I have read last year. Yeah, so you can take a guess at which one that is. You'll see in a few weeks. And also I will try to remember and put a card there, so you could see when it is live. This is done. They are slightly crooked, which bothers me, but there is nothing I can do with that now. I am so glad I started to add these white borders to all of the book covers, so they are more visible. Even when this looks like quite a lot, I know, but this is just my style of doing things. I can also try and fill in the calendar. For me, it is not the end of January yet, but I can fill in what I have so far. So we need some blue, maybe orange. I have a scrap of paper in here, and let's see. Yeah, that might be a way to go. I can maybe use this one. I like the first two. This one might be good as well. Book I started January 1st and I finished January 11 was the Raven Scholar. I will start adding the book numbers to each of these. I did that in 2024, and this will get useful for some of the yearly trackers. So I guess I am starting doing that again. Raven Scholar, and I like to write the name on all of the rows. It is not necessary when I use different colored markers, but I just like how it looks. The last unicorn. the Night and the Moth. And I finished both of these books January 18th on Sunday. That's why these lines are not going to the edge of the calendar. I just like to mark it like that for myself. So when the book is finished or started on some day, it does not start nor end at the edge of that day, but anywhere in the square is fine. And yeah, that's about it. I don't know if that was useful information for you, but I just shared that. Then I started another book January 18th and I finished that 23rd. That's a fourth book, and that was the 9 Lives, Zero Paperwork. That was so much fun. There are 2 more books I started to read, but I am kind of scared I will forget which markers I used, and I don't want the line to be of different colors. I will try to keep these on the side so I could use them later. And I guess that's it for my January reading journal cover page. I admit I had no idea what I was going into when I decided I will use these frames and stuff, but I am very excited about how this spread turned out. I can't wait to talk to you about all of these books I was reading in January. And now let me show you all of the newest washi tapes from the washi tape shop. This video is not sponsored by them, but these were very kindly sent to me by the washi tape shop team, and I am so grateful. Even from this little sneak peek, I can see that these are absolutely stunning. So let's start with these. So this is Garden Sprout white washi tape, and you can see these have some kind of watercolor effect or something like that, and I think there will be lots of flowers. This washi tape reminds me of fairy tale books I had as a child. This artwork is so similar, so adorable. Well, let's see what everything is in here. Okay, these are even bigger than I expected. Look at this, it is so big and so cute. Oh, this screams spring and summer. Oh, it's adorable. And I love that we have some bouquets or kind of collections of flowers, but also some individual ones with stems or without. So this feels so nice. Okay, this I think we saw in the beginning, so this should be the whole loop, and there is so much. Okay, let me just yeah, okay. As I said, these are pre-cut, so let me show you maybe on this one. Yeah, you can very easily unpeel that from the tape, and you don't have to bother with cutting around everything, which is absolutely amazing. I love that someone figured that out. Next, let's open maybe this one. I think this pre-cut Spring Cafe white washi tape is their latest release, and it also looks kind of watercolory and maybe spring-like. Well, there is spring in the title, so I hope so. This reminds me of the Cats and Books washi tape. That one was more dark and it had lots of browns. It is absolutely perfect for reading journals and stuff like that. Oh, look at this. This is so sweet. And we have a bunny. Oh, that's adorable. And another bunny. Oh, so this is like bunnies and cafes or something like that. This is, honestly, this is so cute and cozy, and I love these colors. Oh, that's so nice. Look at this. Oh, also my nails match this one. How fun. Look at this one. Oh, these are So cute. And I love that we have a green cafe front. You don't see that often, so I am excited about that. So this coffee, oh, this is so pretty. This washi tape is stunning, and again everything is pre-cut. That's perfect. This, oh, I again can't wait to use this tape in my journal. This is just so cute. I can't get over this one. This is just so adorable. Okay, let me roll this back. Okay, and let's go with this. So these will be big rectangles with different scenes, and these seem to be very colorful, so I can't wait to see that. So this is spring canvas white washi tape. I do not have a lot of very colorful stationery. I am so glad there is something this colorful in the collection, because I have to admit, oh, this is so pretty. I have to admit I have a hard time buying colorful stationery because I rarely find something that I like enough to buy. But these, oh man, these are beautiful. Okay, let's see all of these. Okay, yeah, these are so pretty. Oh, look at this. This is stunning. I feel like this would be awesome again for spring and summer journal pages, but also maybe for my Read Around the World challenge, for books I will pick for that challenge, because oh, this is so pretty. I love the pond and flowers, so cute. Back to what I was saying, this will be perfect for Read Around the World challenge book reviews, because books, especially from Africa, maybe South America, they, what I have noticed, have very colorful covers, and it would be awesome to match some of these tapes to those covers. You will definitely see this in my reading journal, because this is just beautiful. Oh, I have to admit I have a slightly hard time using stickers like this, but I want to get better at that, and also this might be perfect for some kind of a background, and then we can add some character next to this, or some small animal or something like that. I don't know. I just know that this will be a lot of fun trying to incorporate in my setups and in my book reviews. I think this remains to be my favorite. It looks kind of like some town in Europe, but also these clouds. Oh, I love the colors in this so much. So cute. Also, I have noticed there are some smaller and some bigger stickers, so that's fun. Also, these are not pre-cut, but this is just a straight line. I think I can cut a straight line, hopefully. Now, let's see some of these bundles, and let's go with this pink one. So let's see, this is Lotus Silhouette white washi tape. Stunning. And this is pre-cut Lotus Saga white washi tape. Okay, so let's see this one first. Okay, so this is what seems to be a very long strip of pink water and some lily pads, and I can't, oh yeah, I was just going to say I can't seem to find the ending, so I thought this was seamless, but it is not. If we do not look at this part, like, you can't really tell there is a seam. Also, this is quite a long strip of design, so that's fun, and I absolutely love the colors in here. And this is just a washi tape. These are usually more transparent and less vibrant, but look at this. This is stunning. I have no idea how absolutely amazing must the PET version look. That must be amazing, but this is adorable. I am using washi tapes in my videos mostly because there is a less glare. Even when these do have a glare, the PET tapes are very hard to work with if I want to make a video, so that's why my usual go-to is washi tape. Look at this. This is beautiful. Okay, so let's see the other one, the Lotus Saga. There should be some small designs, I think, so we can maybe build our own scenery or something like that. I'm so bad at unpeeling this. Okay, you always need to be careful. This is stunning, and we have more bunnies. Oh, that's so cute. Let me see, are they? Yeah, they are all individually pre-cut. That's so amazing. Oh, this is so cute. Yeah. And we have butterflies and a fountain and frogs. Oh, and this one has a little butterfly. Oh, that's so cute. And yes, this is pre-cut as well. Everything is pre-cut. That's so perfect. Even these birds, yeah, they are all individually pre-cut, so I can place them anywhere I want. That's amazing. There are still some designs. Oh, this is so cute. We have some lady in a boat. Oh, that's adorable. And some koi fishes. So cute. Oh, this is still going. Okay, so this is where we started. Again, so many beautiful designs, and I love that there are so many of these green sections, so maybe we could build some kind of frame or a garland or something like that. Oh, that would be adorable. I feel like I want to try and use these in my February reading journal. That would be awesome, because I have just made my February bullet journal setup, so it is too late, but for a reading journal, this could be amazing. Also, these are part of a set. There is one more washi tape that belongs to this set, and that's this amazing pink and yellow clouds. That is absolutely stunning. So if you love this, I would definitely suggest you get the full deal, because you could make so many beautiful scenes with that. I already have quite a lot of cloud washi tapes from Marigona Sully mostly, so I'm sure I can work with those and make something cute. Let me know if you'd like to see this as my February reading journal theme, because that might be very interesting setup, I would say. This is something very much out of my comfort zone, but I am willing to do full theme with these, because these are stunning. And what is also stunning, very Ghibli-like, is this pre-cut country ballad white washi tape, and this is also part of a bundle. There are two more tapes. One is again a cloud washi tape, and another one is, I am not sure now. I will show you here on the screen so you can see everything together. Look at these colors. Oh, again, very spring-like, very summer-like, very Ghibli-like, as I said. This looks so nice. Look at this. Oh, and we have a horsey and a bridge. Oh, this is so cute. And a cow and a little girl. Oh, this is adorable. I feel like we can again do beautiful sceneries with this. This is the one very long design that repeats, which is great. And this is perfect for when you want to share this with some of your friends, because with the washi tape shop tapes we get so much. I could do like half a year in my journal with one washi tape, and that would definitely last me for that amount of time, maybe even longer. Okay, let me see. So 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 meters. So every design is 1 meter long, and I think we get 5 meters of this tape. So you have 5 of these long designs. That is great. If I had 4 other friends who use stationery, I would definitely give them some of this tape, but I don't, so everything is for me. Also, this is again pre-cut, so you don't have to deal with this white part because it is already dealt with for you. Okay, this, oh, I just love this so much. And maybe this would go well with these. I feel like we could hide some of these flowers somewhere in here. That might look very nice. I feel like the colors are getting so much better recently with these washi tapes. Yeah, they are so pretty. Now let's see these ones. I think these you can also get in a bundle. So we have, let's start with this one. This is pre-cut Me Time white washi tape. I absolutely adore this picture. It is so nice and so cozy. There is some text as well, and it seems to be a similar style of drawing to this washi tape, which is amazing. Even the colors are very similar. Yeah, that's awesome. If you can use many washi tapes together, if they fit nicely. Oh, I love that these designs are placed this way on the tape, so we get some bigger ones. Yeah, that's great. That's great. And we again have some flowers in here and lots of girls. I love this. Oh, I love this dress. This is so cute. And this is adorable. Oh yeah, she is so done. I love this. We have some reading and some gardening, it seems, and some painting. And this one, yeah, this is my favorite. So pretty. I adore this washi tape so much. And again, everything is pre-cut. I am filming this before I work on my January reading cover, but I feel like I will use something from this tape in that setup, because this is just so stunning and so cozy. And we have one more washi tape to look at. So this is the pre-cut Hello Weekend white washi tape. Again with this watercolor style of illustration, which I really love with washi tapes. So we have girls cycling. Oh, this is again very spring-like, very summery. Oh, we have a backpack, some crayons. Oh, this is very nice. And a random cactus in here. This is adorable. And a cat. We have a cat in here. It's so cute. And this is so random. But so cute. And there is a guy sticker. That does not happen often. So I am very glad there is at least one guy sticker. Okay, these are so cute. So adorable. Yeah, maybe this girl could fit with this washi tape. Yeah, that might be something to investigate. This is so stunning, and I love that it feels kind of cozy, kind of like this washi tape, kind of like me time. So spending time with myself, or maybe traveling somewhere or stuff like that. I love this, and I love the amount of journaling stickers in here. I am already thinking about how and where to use these tapes, because they are adorable and I kind of want to use all of them right away, but it is still winter. So I don't feel like I can use them right away, but definitely for some February setups or for March, I am sure I will be all over these tapes. Once again, thank you, the Washi Tape Shop, for sending this my way. These are so stunning. And there is a link to all of these in the description. Also, you can use my code that's in here to get 10% off your order if you decide to buy some of these. And let me tell you, if they did not send me some of these tapes, I would definitely go and buy them. Especially, I feel like these two are so perfect. And these as well, these spring coffee shop designs, so cute. Also, this is so amazing, and I love that they started to make these washi tapes that allow you to make scenes or bigger designs in your journals. I really love that. This, stunning. Again, look at these colors. This is just so perfect. Let's go to the next section of this video, because I could just stand here and gush about all of these tapes forever. And that's not because these were sent to me. Even when the Washi Tape Shop is sending me their new releases from time to time, I still keep buying stuff from them. That just says how amazing they are and how I love all of their designs. I had some time and I did the swatches of all of the washi tapes in my reusable sticker album. I love doing this because this way I do not have to go and look through every single tape to see what's in there. That takes a lot of time and it also makes a lot of mess, because then I have like 10 washi tapes lying around all unrolled, and it is a lot of stress for me. But I just love looking through all of my tapes to see what I can use in my setups, in my journals. So I came up with this. Well, I did not came up with this. This just existed a long time ago. But I put all of the designs of, well, not all of my washi tapes, but the recently purchased ones or gifted ones in this reusable sticker album. So this serves as the library of what sticker designs or washi tape designs I have, but also as a kind of album for me to pick and choose whatever I need, so I don't have to again roll and look through all of the washi tapes. And then when there are too many blank spaces, I can just go in and fill those. So as you can see, I used up stickers from this section, so I did one here when I had this tape in my hand and I saw that yes, I can put something more in there. Then I also used some stickers from here and something from here. This is the washi tape I felt like the Spring Cafe one resembles a lot. So we have books and cats, and that one has cafes and rabbits. This one, yeah. This is very similar and I am so excited because this is one of my favorite washi tapes I have. And this one, of course, I love using these as well. And as you can see, I used quite a lot from here. So when I will have time, I usually put on an audiobook or some music and fill this in. Something from here used as well. So yeah, I do use these pages and I love it because it is so much quicker. Okay, so we have this garden sprout washi tape. I just love how colorful it shows. It looks so much better on white background than when I show you the roll. So this is so pretty and I love how big all of these are. Okay, now the me time. So adorable. Yeah, these, as I said, these are my favorites. So pretty. And I did put every single design from the washi tape on these pages, and that usually takes up 3 pages, maybe 2.5. So then I put some repeating designs in here as well, just to fill the page in. This is the Spring Cafe. I just love this. Oh, adorable. This is the Hello Weekend one. I can see myself using so many of these right away. and this is the spring canvas. I put every single design in here, and I was so bummed because I just needed tiny space to fit 3 designs on one page, but that's totally fine. And you can see here that this one is quite long and this one is much shorter, this one as well. I think this is the shortest design, but all of them are gorgeous. Then I have one spare page for some offcuts or something. And here is the Lotus Saga. I just love this so much. Oh, this one bird got unstuck. This is so pretty. And I put all of these green designs on top, so it will remind me that maybe I could do some frame out of these or use them on top of the page or something like that. And here are the last designs. These are so adorable. I love these so much, and the bridge, oh, it's so cute. And then I put these Lotus silhouette ones in here, and I just did a one page for those because it is quite similar, so I did not feel like I needed to put everything for the full design in here. So this is just to remind me that I have that tape. And then I have the country ballad in here, and I especially put these longer designs on the page like this. This should be just enough for me to use in my square journals, so this should cover the bottom edge completely. So yeah, I'm just thinking ahead, thinking about how to make the use of these easier for me. Okay, so this is another section, and I chose to add this whole washi tape in here, not just a small section like from this tape, because there are so many beautiful designs. And this is the last one. Oh, so adorable. Oh, and I just noticed there is a cat. Oh, this is so much more adorable now. Okay, and there is one more cat I did not see when I was doing this. Let me show you. Can you see her? Oh, she is adorable. Okay, so this is enough about new washi tapes. Let's go to my 2025 reading journal and let's see what my top 10 reads of 2025 were. First, I am going to fill out some of these pages. We need to add book covers to the Hall of Fame, and this, as you can see, this just got unstuck from the page. So I will quickly put it back. And from this page I will pick 10 books that will battle against each other in this book matrix. But first I would like to add a book cover to the DNF graveyard, and that is The Girl and the Stars. I just remember that there was a lot of snow and ice and that I was bored. I'm so sorry, but it is what it is. I tend to suck it up and finish all my books, so there are not that many DNFs, but this one I just did not vibe with. Maybe I was in some weird mental space, or this book was just not for me, I don't know. But enough about DNFs. Let's fill in Hall of Fame. I initially planned on having here only the 5-star reads, but I am very stingy with 5-star ratings, so there were not that many 5-star books for me in 2025. That's why I decided to go through everything I have read, and I am going to add in here a book cover of every single book I had a really good time with and that I enjoyed myself with. Because if I did not do that, if I counted only 5 stars, we would not even have enough books to use in my book matrix, which is sad, but I know I am a very critical reader, so there are never many books that I give 5 stars to. I hope I can fit all of this in. I will try to very quickly arrange all of these on the page. I am not going to sort them by when they were read or anything like that. I'm just going to cover this page with book covers. Okay, it seems I can just fit everything in here, which is amazing. This was totally not planned. I just put all of the book covers in a document and I printed that, and it turned out great, which is amazing. So as you can see, there are so many novels, mostly fantasy because that's what I usually read. There is also Wuthering Heights. That was such a difficult read, but it is a book I keep thinking about, so it deserves to be in here. Then we have a couple of art books. These are not going to be in the book matrix because I don't think that is fair to judge art books against regular novels, so I'm not going to do that, but I want to have them in here just to remember that I have read them and I liked them. Okay, so the first row is done. Now the second. I have already picked the top 10 books I will be using in the metrics on the following page. And let me tell you, that was a tough decision. And I have absolutely no idea how that will turn out. What I did was that I went through my reading journal and I looked through and read through all the reviews I have written for all of these books. So that might make my decision easier or more difficult. No idea, but I can't wait to see how that will turn out. Okay, I have not used the book matrix before. This will be my first time ever, so we will see how that will go. But I suspect I will like it. Definitely much more than a regular book bracket. So I already made book matrix in my 2026 journal, and I also can't wait to see how that will turn out. Two more. Oh, and yes, I could maybe put Golden Enclaves and Deadly Education next to each other, but it's too late for that now. Okay, so these are all of my favorite books I have read in 2025. It is mostly fantasy, as I said, but we also have some dark fantasy. We have Dungeon Crawl Carol in here, then historical fiction, classic, some romance, young adult romance on top of that, then young adult dystopian. Then we have some Terry Pratchett. Deadly Education was so good. Then Thunderhead. I just read. I have written in my review that I hope I will continue the series very soon. This was at the beginning of 2025 and I have not yet continued. hopefully soon. Let's flip to the book matrix. And these are all books I have chosen to be in my top 10 of 2025. So we have The Tainted Cup. I was very surprised by this book. Then we have The Butcher's Masquerade. I have read 2 or 3 Matt Dinniman's books and I have chosen this one especially because Donut was singing in here during the whole book, and I just love what the narrator Jeff Hayes did with that. I just love how he narrated Donut, and there was a goat and he did an awesome job. So that's here because of the book and also the narration. Now the Deadly Education and the Golden Enclaves, that's probably my most enjoyable series I have read in 2025. Yeah. Also the Blade itself, I read 6, I think, books by Joe Abercrombie, and this one, the first one in the First Law trilogy and in the First Law World series, this is still my favorite. Then When a Monk Croughs, this was such a surprise. I read this one only because I needed a book with sun on the cover, and it was very short book, and I am so happy I read this. Then we have the 5th season. I have to admit, this book took me, I think, 2 months to finish, but when I got to the ending, it was amazing. Then we have Thunderhead. As I said, I enjoyed this so much and I hope to continue soon. Then we have Matched. This was a recommendation from one of you guys, and I have to admit I was kind of doubting that I would like this, but this was again very surprising read. And Dungeons and Drama, I read this because of the Goobers book club, I guess, and I just read that because of the title. And despite the female main character being exceptionally annoying, I enjoyed this book. I will have these book covers here and let's fill this out. I will start from J and I will write the shortest title in here just so it all fits, and that should be matched. I don't know how I should make it easier for you to know what I am talking about when I do a book bracket. I will try and have book covers here. Let's do Thunderhead. Then we have 5th season. Then let's do When Among Crows. I am finally reading a sequel to this one, and it is so good to be back in that world. The Blade itself. Then I will do The Tainted Cup. Now let's do Dungeons and Drama. The Golden Enclaves. That's the 3rd book in the Deadly Education series. 1st and 3rd one were my favorites. The 2nd one was also good, but I did not enjoy it as much as these two. Deadly Education and The Butcher's Masquerade. This should work like that. I will put all of these books against each other, and down here I will write how many times which book won against all of the others, and the one with the most wins. And based on these numbers, I will be able to tell which book comes 2nd, 3rd, and so on and so on. I guess let's start. Okay, so we have The Butcher's Masquerade against A Deadly Education. Oh, this one just got loose. Oh. Okay, Butcher's Masquerade and Deadly Education. That is so hard. Like, oh man, that is so hard. I keep thinking about the answer. Deadly Education or Butcher's Masquerade? I will go with Deadly Education. I know. This is maybe controversial, but I love that book so much. So let's write B in here. Then we have Butcher's Masquerade against Golden Enclaves. And I will have to go with Golden Enclaves because I liked that one even more than Deadly Education. Then we have Butcher's Masquerade and Dungeons and Drama. So I will go with Butcher's Masquerade. Tainted Cup or this one. Well, I will go with Tainted Cup. That's something I have never thought I would say, but here we are. Blade itself and Butcher's Masquerade, I will go with this one, so A. When Among Crows and Butcher's Masquerade, again A. 5th season, well, again Dungeon Crawl Carol series. Thunderhead, I'll go with A again, and for matched, I will go with Butcher's Masquerade again. Okay, now we have Deadly Education against Golden Enclaves, and I have just said I liked Golden Enclaves better, so we'll go with that one. Now, Deadly Education, Dungeons and Drama, will go with Deadly Education. Then against Tainted Cup, again Deadly Education. Maybe if I put these 3 books somewhere lower, it might be more interesting to watch, since we will not get all the higher ranking books right in the beginning, but it is what it is. As you can tell, I have not thought this through before working on this page, so I am working with what I have here. Deadly Education and Blade itself. Deadly Education. When Among Crows, again Deadly. I'll go with Deadly Education for all. And now for Golden Enclaves. That is, yeah, that wins all the rounds. That must have been so uninteresting. Dungeons and Drama against Tainted Cup. I will go with Tainted Cup. Dungeons and Drama and Blade itself. Well, I will go with Blade itself. When Among Crows. I think I will go with Dungeons and Drama for that one. 5th season. Yeah, I will go with 5th season. Thunderhead and Dungeons and Drama. I will go with Dungeons and Drama. Well, that is so interesting. And Matched versus Dungeons and Drama. I think Matched has to take a win here. Tainted Cup versus Blade itself. Oh, that's so hard. Oh man. So I guess I'll go with Tainted Cup. Wow, that's really interesting. Tainted Cup again and again and again and again. Okay. Now, Blade itself versus When Among Crows. Well, this is so interesting, but I am thinking about choosing When Among Crows. Oh, that's something I never thought I'd say. But here we are. Blade itself and 5th season. I'll go with Blade itself. Thunderhead again, Blade itself, and again against Matched. When Among Crows against 5th season. I will go with When Among Crows. Yeah, that was very interesting read. Now against Thunderhead, I will go again with When Among Crows, but I think I will go with Matched between these two. I guess I'm doing that. And now 5th season and Match. I will go with 5th season. No, that's 5th season and Thunderhead. Okay, so I have written that wrong. So that's here. And 5th season and Thunderhead. I'll go again with 5th season. Okay, and now these two, I'll go with Matched. Let's count all of these. 6 times A. I'm not sure if you can see this. It is pretty shiny, but I hope you could see what I was just doing. So we have 6 A's. Now for B, we have 8 B's. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 C's. I think we have a winner. Now for D, 2 D's. Okay, maybe I should use thicker pen. Okay, 2. Now for E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For F, 1, 2, 3, 4. G, 3. H, we have 1, 2, 3, I guess. And I don't think I won anything. Let me check once again. No, so that's 0. Well, that's number 10, but it is still the 10th best book I have read in 2025. And for J, we have 3 wins. So I went through these numbers and I have written everything down. So let's go maybe from number 10. And as you already know, the 10th best book I have read in 2025 is Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. That's book 2 in the Sight series. In here, number 9 is Dungeons and Drama by Christy Boyce. That is something I truly did not expect to have in my top 10, but here we are. Now, number 8, 7 and 6 are all tied. They all got 3 points. Let's just go from the back. I will put Matched on number 8. Then 5th season as number 7. And When Among Crows as number 6. But I will do this like equal sign, that they are all kind of the same. Number 5 is the Blade itself. Number 4 we have Butcher's Masquerade. I so loved the epilogue of this one when Donut was in the sound booth. That was hilarious. Number 3, we have the Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. Number 2, we have Deadly Education. And the best book I have read in 2025 is The Golden Enclaves. So I was kind of thinking this would be in the top 3, and I'm so happy I read that series. This is my top 10 books of 2025. I am very happy with this selection. I really enjoyed all of these books. And that's everything for today's vlog. It is a long one. I know I am trying to make this shorter, so it is not that difficult with editing and all of this stuff, but here we are. I hope you had a lovely time watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. Maybe you worked on some of your journals with me in the background. That's also absolutely great. And if you'd like to see more journal vlogs like this, here is a playlist of all of them, and down here is one of my latest videos. Thank you so much for being here. Have absolutely a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.